You're joined now by United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby. Mr. Kirby, good to see you again. Thanks for coming in. You sent this email yesterday to your 4 million customers or so, in addition to that video that Tom just mentioned. And in the email, you insist that it is safe to fly in and out of Newark. We had an air traffic controller who said, quote, "I've never seen anything like this. We're playing Russian roulette." There's another air traffic controller who told Tom Costello, "It is not safe. It is not a safe situation right now for the flying public. Don't fly into Newark. Avoid Newark at all costs." How do you square that email that you sent with what we're hearing from folks on the ground?
Well, it is absolutely safe. Look, if you're an air traffic controller, I appreciate the work. They're incredible professionals in everything that they do to keep the sky safe. But it's stressful, it's tense, they're understaffed, they're working lots of overtime hours. But what we do when there are situations like this, communication, radar outages, anything, we have backup procedures and backups to the backups. And essentially what happens in a situation like that is airplanes go into holding patterns, the same kind of thing that you see for weather, and they fly circles in the sky, and they also have systems on board the airplane where even if the air traffic control radar is down, they can see each other as airplanes in an independent system. And so they maintain separation, they fly circles in the sky, and they get the airplanes on the ground safety. So we always focus on safety first, everyone in aviation. And our pilots, as Captain Morgan said in that video yesterday, are trained extensive. Some of the first things they train are what to do when a situation like this happens.
People are reading these headlines.
Yeah.
I'm looking at one at the New York Times this morning. Newark Airport had 3 controllers on duty when the goal is 14. And to Craig's point, one air traffic controlling telling our reporters it is not safe. Do not fly to Newark. These are the people that are on the levers and watching this.
Yeah. Well, what the air traffic controller,
and they're aware of what you just said.
What the air traffic controllers do when they're short-staffed, and short-staffing happens around the country. The FAA is about 30% short-staffed, so it happens around the country. What it does is it slows the air traffic down. And so what they do is we have fewer flights into Newark scheduled than we would like to have, than we would ideally have, and the airport's not at full capacity.
They know that. They know they know their own procedures, and they're saying it's not safe.
It is safe across the country, and the backup procedures keep it safe. It leads to disruptions for customers, but by the way, at Newark actually, there's runway construction happening right now. But in the first 4 months of the year before the runway construction, Newark was the most on-time airport of the 3 New York airports. So it's also become reliable.
So Newark's a hot mess. That's been well established right now. But this concern that the Transportation Secretary raised over the weekend, that this is a problem that we could see at other airports around the country. I know you've reduced your flights into and out of Newark. Is that something that we might see at some of the nation's other airports as we go into the summer travel season?
So Newark is actually, it is running the best it has in a decade. The last few weeks excluded. That's exacerbated by having a runway out of service, which is coming back on June 15th.
And the air traffic controller shortage.
But air traffic controller shortage is across the entire country. That is not unique to Newark. It is across the entire country. Florida has been one of the worst hit areas in the last few years, and we need to get the controller staffing back to full. It's not just the air traffic controller shortage which leads to shortages and fewer flights across the whole country. It is the fact that they're working overtime hours. It makes the job stressful. It makes the job harder. It puts them in a more difficult position. And the Secretary is taking all the steps to actually get the staffing back, also to work on the technology, but to give them the staffing and the technology that they need. But it always remains safe regardless, because of all the backup procedures.
Let's do that. I mean, safety is paramount. And you've established, or you've asserted that it is safe. So let's set that aside for a moment. It's not fun. I mean, just yesterday we reported you had more than a 100-minute delay on average in Newark. There are 35 flights canceled out of Newark, United alone. Bottom line for me, if you were telling a friend, you can fly out of Newark or you can fly out of the other New York airports right now, would you say Newark, honestly?
I honestly would. The facts are the facts. And for the first, there is runway construction right now through June 15th. But when the runway is done, Newark was the most reliable. It was the most on time of the 3 New York airports. All of the New York airports suffer from delays because it's a crowded airspace and it's one of the most popular places in the world to go. And there's a lot of people that live here. So they all 3 suffer from delays. But Newark had become the most reliable of the 3 New York airports.
So after June 19th, when the runway's done, you think it's better? But like right now, you wouldn't go through it?
No, even right now I would. The numbers that you talked about include what we did is we pulled 35 more flights out of the schedule. So they're showing up in your data. But customers weren't getting flights canceled because we did that a week ago. And the FAA tomorrow is having a meeting with other airlines to pull the schedule down. What we're doing is matching the number of flights at the airport to the amount that the FAA tells us they can handle. If we do that, it eliminates the delays for customers.
Scott, really quickly, though, going back to the question about other airports as we go into the summer travel season, are any concerns that we're going to see this play out at other airports around the country?
Well, across the country, there have been delays in past years, but the system is running pretty well. What we do is we build buffers into the system, and that mostly works to keep air travel running reliably. Here at Newark, there was a situation where the airport took one of the runway under construction, and the FAA, I think in hindsight, they overestimated how many flights they could handle, and so we've taken short-term action even to fix that through June 15th. But in the longer term, we just meter the number of flights to equal what the FAA can handle. The importance of the FAA reform is to actually get it back to 100%. So we fly less than 100% of what's possible today.
All right. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby. Scott, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here and sharing your perspective.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.